where
You've
things
got
are going to be.
32 legislative days left in the calendar year. Do you believe the market really thinks we're going to get to tax reform?
I think the market believes we will eventually get to tax reform, but I think, when you do regulatory relief, it's like you're relieving a regulatory tax. Regulations are an expense for businesses, they're a cost, but they don't really produce the same kind of revenue that taxes at least produce. So I think you're already seeing the results of the regulatory tax cutback. I think they're looking forward at some point to getting tax. Look, if Republicans don't pass tax relief, quite honestly, why did we elect them? I mean, they didn't do Obamacare, they didn't do repeal and replace. If they don't do tax reform, I think a lot of Republicans are going to say, why did we elect these people in the first place?
Well, President Trump is one of those people elected. And in terms of deregulation, he has come out and said that companies, if they don't keep jobs in the United States, if they continue to have them overseas, they will be severely penalized. If we're all about deregulation, that's a big old regulation. Well,
we haven't seen that come forward yet. I think what we've seen out of the administration are policies to stop punishing countries for staying here, such as what we're trying to do with the tax code, where we're going to switch to
President Obama also wanted to repatriate those trillions of dollars that was blocked.
I wasn't being criticized. I wasn't being critical of President Obama. I'm saying this tax plan continues with a very, very good policy, which is trying to get those $2.6 trillion back in the United States and to stop punishing companies for staying here, like Pfizer. Pfizer got punished for staying in the United States. It makes it less competitive. We need to stop doing that. And this tax reform would do this president's tax reform proposal would do that. I think it's very positive for the economy and for economic growth. And I think Wall Street agrees.
And Wall Street is also betting on that it's actually going to happen. And we're not sure that it is. I mean, we've already seen Republicans come out and question how this helps the middle class. I mean, getting rid of the estate tax, how is that going to help the middle class? And the president continues to say, it's not going to help me. And it is.
Well, I think you need, rather than kind of taking this tax package apart, I think it's important to look at its overall economic impact. There are things like the estate tax. The estate tax really should be repealed, whether or not it benefits wealthy people, simply because it's a double tax. You've already paid tax on what's in your estate, and if there are capital gains in the estate, your descendants should pay gains on those.
And say that. Instead, what baffles me is the president continuing to say it wouldn't benefit him. It certainly would. That's what I don't understand.
I think what he's trying to get at is that this isn't, the attack on the left is this is a tax cut for the rich. What we really need to focus on isn't whether this part or that part benefits any particular person. It's whether or not we have the kind of economic growth that benefits all Americans, that creates better paying jobs, that increases salaries, that opens paths to the middle class, that actually reduces income inequality. We've seen 8 years of growing government and increasing regulation with increasing income inequality, and we did not create good paying jobs. Now we're starting to see that turn around. We need to look at the tax plan for what it does for the American people and not parse this part or that part.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.